friends, welcome back. Today we're going to continue the series on preparing to plan. So we've written our life's vision, we're really clear on where we need to get to, and now we're really anxious to put planning steps in motion, put action in motion. Of course, a vision is just a dream if we don't move it into action. So we really want to get to that point, but we don't want to do so prematurely. Yesterday, in the time vortex that is YouTube, the first video in this series was about stakeholders. Who are those people that have a vested interest in the success of your plan, and really wanting to get clear on who those people are. Today we're going to talk about scope control. Scope control is something, a term that's used in the corporate world for really asking oneself, what's important here? What must we have? For those of you who may follow some of the home improvement shows, the house selling shows that use the term must-haves. What are your must-haves or your need-to-haves? That's really what I'm talking about when I'm talking about scope control. What's the scope of your life's vision and your plan? What's important to you? We could write into a multitude of areas and encompass a really wide array of vision for our life and plan for our life. But the simple fact is that some of those areas are just not as important to us as they are to other people. So many people are out there teaching life visioning in a myriad of ways, and they have a very prescriptive way that they do that. You write into what's your career and livelihood, or what's family and community to you, and they have their areas all set out. I don't like to do that because what means something to me at a given area won't mean the same thing to you. So you should decide what your life's vision should encompass and where you want to put the most effort into that vision and into that action plan. So deciding that is really all about scope control, how you're going to manage the boundaries or the borders of where you want to focus your efforts in your life plan. I hope that makes sense. There are some areas, obviously you want a vision, but you're going to put forth some effort, but all in balance, you probably won't put as much effort in that area as others. For some people, that could be, as an example, community. Community may be hugely important to some people. It just may be something that is really at the core of what they feel their mission and purpose is, and how they show up in their community is hugely important to them. They're going to put a lot of effort into getting clear on that vision, and they're going to have lots of action steps in their plan in that area. Other people, maybe not so much. While they're interested in their community, they participate in it, but maybe career and family or relationship or other areas in their life are way more important. The focus is more. So look at the areas in your vision that are important to you, and really, I want to say prioritize them, but don't look at that priority in like, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Because it's simply, our lives aren't that linear. There will be certain areas that receive priority and more time and focus at times in our lives versus other times in our lives. Certainly, in my early 30s, family was a big priority and focus. Was having children at that time, and that takes a lot of focus and a lot of energy. So that was a top priority then, but not always. There are times where it flipped, where relationships been a higher priority, or my career has been a higher priority. But there's some consistency amongst those high priority areas in my life. The things that are most important to me always consistently show up at kind of that top level of the cream, so to speak. And then other areas are there, they're important, but they just always don't get that top level of effort and energy put into them. So get clear for you on what those kind of layers are in your life plan, where you want to focus the most effort for this time of your life. Now, keep in mind, as we move into planning, we will also talk more about replanning, refocusing as life changes, what that process looks like, what I recommend that you look for, how you handle those kind of turns and pivot points that life has to offer us along the way. So know that anytime we put together a plan, it's as good as the information we have in front of us at the time we make it. Plans are meant to change, and they will change. So if you look at your plan in that way, it's much easier to see it as this ever-living, ever-changing document that you're using to help manage your life and move toward your vision, without locking you in to say, if it's in my plan, I can't do this or I can't do that. That's not true. It's all depends on how you want to manage that plan and allow it to live and breathe with you. Okay? So that's scope management. Get clear on what's important to you in the area of your life vision. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'd love to see you returning again and again. And if you're interested in writing for life visioning, I'll leave the link below. I also have healing circles that, again, using the writing wisdom practice, it's really about getting to your own inner knowing. That's really my mission, is to help people get to their own inner knowing and then into action in their own life. So I'll leave the links below. Subscribe, thumbs up, and I hope to see you again. Thanks.